What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another movie review. Annabelle Comes Home 2019, directed by Gary Doberman, starring Vera Farings as Lorraine Warren, Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren, and McKenna Grace as Judy Warren. Now, although we've seen appearances of the Warrens' daughter Judy in other films, we finally get a chance to see her in full character mode throughout this film. In the beginning of the movie, the Warrens met with a family who's been experiencing hauntings, and they believe the doll is behind it. The doll just so happens to be Annabelle. The Warrens take the doll home and put the doll in a secluded room locked away with many other demonic materials. The Warrens then leave their daughter with a babysitter who has this very curious, idiotic friend who unlocks the evil room, and all hell breaks loose, including Annabelle. The movie runs about 1 hour and 46 minutes, but the first hour of the film is so slow. And a few scenes that were intended to be creepy, not really creepy at all. There's not really anything horrifying about this movie. Matter of fact, it's a bit too cliche and predictable, if anything. Like, the character Bob, who plays the crush of the babysitter, like, as soon as he gets the nerve to spark a conversation with her, everyone just so happens to use this phrase, Bob's got balls. And they say it over and over again. I was over it. But anyway, I mean, it was just used too much in the movie. But anyway, I didn't see the point of them putting his character in the movie. It didn't make the movie any worse, but it didn't bring it, to be any better either. I went in a theater kind of excited for this movie and came out disgusted. I was thinking maybe, they did it right this time by not spoiling the movie in the trailers. When in fact, the movie was the trailer. Like, everything we see on the trailer is the movie. It's just the movie within 2 or 3 minutes. Jump scares are just way too overrated nowadays. Like, it's just a thing to do in horror films. What happened to the old-fashioned, good old-fashioned horror in modern day films? I mean, even the jump scares, they don't scare me like they used to anymore. Because it's like I look forward to it now so much. And there's this one scene when the babysitter's friend, Daniela, she's playing a piano. And her father stood behind her. And it brings her like to this somber moment. Because the thing with Daniela and what makes her so curious about what's in that room is the fact that she believes in the work that the Warrens do. So she's thinking, well, if they can, communicate with the dead or spirits, that maybe she can go down in the room and communicate with the spirits and her father will appear. And that's just what happened. But we know with spirits that are unfamiliar spirits, the devil can deceive us. And a lot of times, and well, all the time, he will. And her father just wasn't, her father that she remembered. Her father, this entity was evil. And was pretending to be her father. And, that's what she was wanting. She was wanting to see her dad one more time because he died in a car accident. And she was the one behind the wheel. So she'd been beating herself up behind the fact that her dad died because of her. So she just wanted to see her dad one more time or, just to get closure behind it all. But she's still an idiot because she's way too curious. She went down and unlocked the doors to evil. And none of that wouldn't happen if she wouldn't have been so curious. So that's like the only really good scary scene to me. That's the only scene that I actually screamed on. And I needed to let that scream out because I hadn't screamed on a horror film in a long time because they just don't make them that good anymore. So it's like when she was playing the piano, her dad was behind her and she turned to look at him. At first she seen him in the mirror. And then, of course, we know what happens when you turn to look at the person and then they jump out at you and his face is all destroyed, I guess, from the accident. And so, so that was a scary scene in the movie. And that's about it. Everything else was just not worth screaming over. And then there's like a beast, and the beast, you only see the beast coming through like dense fog. And it's so dark you can hardly see the beast. Y'all know how I feel about movies when there's these creatures and you want to see the creatures in action. And at the same time, you want to get that scare out of it. But when you can hardly see what it is that's supposed to be terrifying you, how am I supposed to be scared of it? So, yeah. The beasts that were down in the room, well, the monsters that were down in the room was the beast. And it was like a murdering, a killer bride. And then there was these random dead people that was just popping up throughout the film with coins on their eyes for whatever reason. I don't know the backstory behind it. I couldn't really get into it. I just couldn't really get into the film. I mean, I don't know. I just couldn't. And of course, Annabelle, who we see throughout the movie in random places. The movie seemed kind of rushed and thrown together just for the sake of saying, oh, we made another horror film. And it just didn't do nothing for me. I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it, and I don't really care. I give it a C-, and it's all on the strength of the incredible performance by McKenna Grace. She did really, really good in this film. To say this is her first time playing the role of Judy in the movie, and we get to see her. And she also picks up on spirits, just like her mom. She's just like her mom. She could pick up on spirits, and she can see the dead. So that's pretty much it for my review on Annabelle Comes Home 2019. Leave your thoughts down below. If you've seen the movie or plan on seeing it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, thank y'all for watching. And I'll talk to you soon.